All right, as the temperature drops, you might want to warm up your home office, and a simple change in paint color will do just that. Brian Gluckstein is here, folks, with his home office inspiration. We've been having some fun in this space. Like, I know you're like me, like you're not about the winter-fall situation. Like maybe with fashion, but not so much with cold, right?
What do you mean?
Like, do you like the cold?
No, I don't like the cold.
Right?
But I don't like the heat. I like the in-between.
Well, that's where I have to part, because I will do the heat, but I don't want the cold. But I want my house to feel warm and cozy.
Yes.
When we get to this time of year, and sometimes when you can't redo the whole thing, paint will get it done.
Well, we always say that. We always say that paint is the easiest way to transform your house, because you want everything else to be sort of long-lasting.
Yes.
And so we painted this color, which is like this cinnamon color. Isn't this beautiful?
It's so rich and it's bold, but it does give off that that warmth. And this is the color you picked. This is the color you picked from the palette.
From the palette. And
why did you like this one?
I like this because I found it warm. This really reflects light well, so if the light was shining in, it would be very sunny. And I find it envelops you. It's like this warm color that envelops you. I love the color of cinnamon.
Yeah, and then it's cinnamon, and we think about that this time of year as well, right?
Exactly.
The warmth of that in our recipes and our coffee and all of that stuff.
Exactly.
So there's definitely a psychology to color. Before we get into what's happening in this office, is there anything you would avoid? Any colors you would avoid?
Yeah, I would avoid either very dark studies.
Yes.
Like I wouldn't do it dark, like black or dark woods. It's too much. Or very vibrant colors.
It's just too stimulating.
Distracting.
Yeah.
You don't want that distraction in your home office. So you want something neutral.
Yeah.
It can be light, it can be, and it can be warm, but not the extremes.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so this strikes the right balance in this space.
This does.
Talk to me about what you put all together here, because it's working beautifully.
It is. So we've got a collection. The desk is from IKEA. Everything else is Hudson's Bay.
Okay.
So one of the things we did was to lighten up the space. We did the slip-covered chair in linen. And I love slip-covered furniture. This is slip-covered. So we've done for projects where we've changed the slip covers in different seasons.
Yes. Well, we've changed our slip cover from beige to beige because it's gotten so dirty.
Well,
like we just flip them out to wash them,
Correct.
you know, and that's sort of the couch in the basement. Like it's slip covered for that exact reason.
Correct. And we did a house that the client liked these really jewel tone colors. And we did this beautiful carpet that was floral and had jewel tones. And in the summer, and she said to us after about a year and a half, she says, I need to change it up in the summer.
Yeah.
So we took out the carpet. For the summer, we put an inexpensive sisal, and then all the pillow covers were changed to pastel linens and some slip-covered furniture, and it was not expensive, but it transforms the room for the summer. Yeah. So you can do the same thing with this. You could have this for the summer, and in the winter, change the slip cover to something dark.
Love
and
that.
something moody. The same with the accents, the pillows, again, and the faux fur.
Very cool. Okay, so right beside that, you've got a nice little step stool happening there. Talk to me about the texture.
Well, texture is very popular. Bouclés. We've seen bouclés for a while, and the faux shearling is really popular. So for chairs, for ottomans, things like that, and then the accents of black on the desk and the leg really add that pop.
We're loving the comfy, right? We're always loving the comfy. And last time you were here, we did spend some time talking about bouclé and these beautiful, like luxurious textures. I like this because you don't have to go to the office store to get an office chair.
Yes.
This is beautiful.
I like a chair in the office, even for sure home offices, but even offices, I like a chair not necessarily with wheels.
Yeah.
So this one we did, because you can move this anywhere in the house and use this other places. So we did the blonde wood and the cane. Cane is so popular now.
Yes.
And the natural woods, because we're getting into sort of that Belgian look, but it's universal any time of year. And then the plaids, again, bringing in the plaids. So again, this would be a great idea for winter, and then do the pastels. And all this is Gluckstein Home. So
very nice.
We're changing it up all the time.
So I want to talk about the accessories. I want to accessorize a little bit. Let's talk about how you styled this gorgeous desk, and you have pulled in like another color into the space.
Well, accessories, I mean, that's a really great way to change up the space. And accessories can be very inexpensive. They can be very expensive and they can be very inexpensive. So we brought in sort of this turquoise color with the black in it, this vase. And I love candles in all the spaces. And look at this beautiful candle with the turquoise. Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah.
But look at that with the color, how beautiful that is.
Very nice. They all work nice together, but they're not necessarily obvious.
No.
Like, that's not an obvious choice. And you didn't go to town with it, but it's just enough to, like, give your eyes somewhere else to land.
A little pop. It's not so matchy. It's not so matchy, so you want to do that.
Okay, good stuff. And then artwork, always beautiful. I like the fact that you've stuck with sort of this black and white, but this is what I would ask you. Is there a limit to how many colors you can have in a space, Brian Gluckstein?
Well, I would say when it comes to the big things, it would probably be about 3. It would be the wall color, your big upholstered pieces, and your carpet.
Yes.
When it comes to accessories, you can layer a lot in. Now, we see this trend towards maximalism, which you know is not my thing, which is...
What do you mean that's not your thing?
I can't have
you
3 different...
You don't want to wear head-to-toe raspberry blush?
No, well, not with... It would... But... No, no, I wouldn't wear that. But this maximalism where the ceiling's one wallpaper and the walls are another wallpaper and the sofa's another flower, that whole trend towards like pattern.
It's too much.
That's not for me. But abundant color in a space for me is fabulous when it's in art. And we talked about this earlier, that I find a house without art is like, there's no soul to the house. It doesn't have to be expensive.
No.
And on my piano are little paintings by my great nieces and nephews on paper. And they're so cute with the color, and they've been there for a couple of years on the piano.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't matter where it comes from, but you have to have art, and that's where you can bring a lot of color into a space.
You've given me great advice when it comes to art. And when I was getting advice from him, I was like, not the stuff you get for your house. I don't want the Brian Gluckstein price tag. And he's like, no, I'm going to send you to this place, and it's going to be very, it's very accessible. It was very accessible.
Very accessible. A young emerging Canadian artist.
Young emerging Canadian artist. I love to support Canadian artists, and so you're absolutely right. It doesn't have to be super expensive for it to give some soul to your space.
And you have to love it. You just have to love
it. It has
the
to
art.
speak to you.
Yes,
Brian,
completely.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Fantastic.